Hey guys, so I'm gonna make an emergency video on IREN. So quick recap, I posted my original thesis back in February 9th. You can go back and read it. It's one of the first posts I did on IREN. But I also did many different posts alerting you and giving live updates on what could happen in terms of price action. So let's get into what happened today. So we have been creating a high and a series of lower highs, lower highs, and we have been retesting this support, right? Many different times. So the more times a support is tested, the weaker it becomes. So I was explaining in past videos, in case you guys didn't watch it, that here we got a big drop. We were oversold on the RSI, and we remained oversold for 54 days, but we still kept dropping. So that was my thesis after this original drop on why I was still bearish and still holding my short position. So we're still remaining oversold conditions. We're still not close potentially to the similar 54 days. We're creating lower highs. If I go today to a shorter time frame, after we couldn't hold this support, now resistance, see, we rejected 2 times on a short time frame. So I don't even think price is gonna retest because we got the 2 retests today on a shorter time frame. So if I'm expecting now this gap fill over here, which would be another give or take 10% drop. So yeah, we could have a short-term bullish reaction, or could potentially even retest this and then move to a downside, or just continue moving to the downside. And from here, I would expect a bullish reaction, more shorter term. I would need to keep analyzing on what I'm seeing once we get there. But as of now, I would expect a short-term bullish, but mid-time frame, I would still continue bearish. Why? Because even if we have this short-term reaction, that would still create another lower high on a high time frame. So another thing that I'm seeing, I want you guys to take a quick attention on this. So I'm comparing IREN versus Bitcoin. So as you guys might know, I am bearish on Bitcoin until proven otherwise. And see, on this pair chart, we were on a descending channel, which normally tend to break to the upside. So this is the next resistance on this pair chart. So if we continue to this upside, that would mean Bitcoin would outperform IREN. And that doesn't mean necessarily Bitcoin is going to go up in price. That just means if Bitcoin goes down 10%, IREN would go down even more. That's what the pair chart means, in case you guys don't know. So another thing that I want to show you on IREN is today we take a look at the monthly chart, right? Let me show you this sometime. Okay, so we have 2 days remaining, and this is the lowest monthly close we have had this year. So on a high time frame, this is not bullish. I understand IREN has gone down. Let's draw it together, measure it together. So 61% to the downside, but just keep in context that IREN went up 13x in less than 1 year. So that's a lot of percentage gain. So even if we drop, worst case scenario, to this level, to this second zone that I have, that will be a 76% pullback to the downside, which would be totally normal after a 13% spike, right? So I just wanted you guys to keep that in context. So I would still expect we continue oversold here. And if we take a look at the daily, the 3-day time frame, excuse me, we still have more potential downside on the RSI. If we take a look at now the weekly chart, we also have more potential to the downside, and we broke the 50. So all of these factors I'm just showing you guys is not, I'm not hating IREN. Eventually I would become one of the biggest bulls in IREN, but when I consider that the valuation and the price offer me asymmetric risk opportunity, and right now unfortunately I am not seeing that. So if this support doesn't hold, eventually with time this is super highly likely to happen. So just keep that into consideration, please. So now I'm gonna take a look at the IREN NDX chart. I have been talking about this chart as well, that this is a big zone to rotate, right, potentially, but I see even more downside because here is a gap, so we can still go down a little bit more before a short-term outperformance on IREN versus the NDX. But if we don't hold this level here, and let's say we have a short-term spike and eventually we head down to this major block, imagine, so we could continue to have even more underperformance versus the NDX if this optimal time to rotate that I had a lot of strong confluence won't hold, which now I'm seeing more potential than we are actually gonna get here with time on the pair on a mid time frame. So I really hope this video helped anybody out there, and please share, like, comment, so more people can get access to this high quality information for free.